The engines on Sir Topham Hatt's railway love Brendam docks. There's always lots of work to keep them busy, and they enjoy seeing new arrivals onto the island of Sodor. An exciting new arrival was an engine Cranky the Crane was unloading. It was heavy, groaned Cranky. Sir Topham Hatt said proudly. The other engines thought Harvey looked strange. Harvey was happy to be on the ground. He didn't like dangling from Cranky's arm at all. Sir Topham Hatt said Thomas. Said Bertie. That evening, Thomas had just returned from a hard day's work. He saw Harvey parked near the sheds. Harvey could hear the other engines talking about him. This made him sad. Said Henry. Said Edward. Sniffed Gordon. Said James. Said Percy. Thomas felt sorry for Harvey. But Harvey wasn't sure he wanted to stay where no one wanted him. The next morning, Sir Topham Hatt sent the engines off to a useful day's work. Harvey chuffed sadly, said Sir Topham Hatt. And that made Harvey feel better. Out on the branch line, Percy was having trouble with the trucks. Cried Percy. His driver applied the brakes. But it was too late. He went off the rails at Bulgy's Bridge. Luckily, no one was hurt. Bertie arrived and was pleased Percy was all right, but he was also very cross. Bertie snapped. He was worried he wouldn't get the gentlemen of the railway board to the demonstration on time. When Sir Topham Hatt heard the news, he went straight to Harvey. Harvey said bravely, and he set off immediately. Harvey soon arrived and went to work. In no time, Percy was back on the tracks. The gentlemen of the railway board were very impressed, said Harvey proudly. That night, Harvey heard the engines talking again. This time it was different, said Gordon, said James, said Percy, said Thomas. All the engines agreed. They called. Harvey smiled happily.